Alexa, could you play the Learn, Develop, Live podcast?
Here's motivation and inspiration from Learn, Develop, Live with Chris Jaggs from TuneIn.
From London, England, where the Queen lives.
Recorded live from an underground bunker and packaged into an MP3 with a pretty little picture. Helping to kickstart your day with the motivation and inspiration you need 365 days a year. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And this is your host, Chris Jaggs.
Good morning! It's Monday, so it must be the weekly Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And it's the beginning of a brand new week, fresh out of the box, and full of incredible opportunities that are waiting for you to just chase down and make something with. My name is Chris Jaggs, and I'm your host, director, chairman of the board, and CEO of the show. It's a one-man band here, you know. So what's going on with you then? What's crack-a-lacking, and how's your day so far? A couple of things. First up, this is episode 40. What? Yeah, episode 40. How'd that happen? Well, I know how it happened. I record it week after week, but it was just the other week where I was stumbling through my first ever episode. But this week, it's the big 40. So I'm going to talk to you about coming back from rock bottom. Secondly, if you listen to this on iTunes or as Apple Podcast, I get lost. What is it called these days? Could you leave me a rating? How about a review? I would hugely appreciate the support, and it does help other people find the show. It may even help them. You can look at it as if you're, doing your bit in this crazy, crazy world. Thirdly, as the intro should have said, you can now listen to this podcast on Amazon's Alexa. Yes, the virtual assistant artificial intelligence can now play the podcast for you. So if you're in the kitchen fixing up dinner for later, well, as long as you've got an Alexa and of course you're in the kitchen, then you'll be able to listen to your heart's content. And finally, number 4, enjoy the episode. Grab a drink, put your feet up while less driving. But if you're doing that, just concentrate on the road. Now, let's have a drop and let's get going.
This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. Nice.
Here we go then. We're back. The idea for this episode came from the return of the video game Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 3 was released 26 years ago. So it's about time, we had a sequel. Number 2 is possibly my favourite game of all time. But the series isn't coming back from rock bottom as the episode title says. 95% of the reviews for the game have been brilliant. They love it. It's a great game and has everything you want if you're a fan from the previous. But it did make me think, what about the people who have hit rock bottom and their comebacks? How do you make that comeback, and how do you make that recovery after falling? Here is a quote from Ray Smith. Never be afraid to fall apart. It presents an opportunity to rebuild yourself the way you wish you had been all along. Now, they say we grow the most when we are faced with change. Well, very few things can change you as much as hitting rock bottom. It's extremely fortunate and incredibly rare for any person in this world to never stumble across it in their whole lifetime. At some point, this planet will hand you some very tough circumstances, and they'll leave you in the deepest trenches for a little bit of time. You'll sit there wondering, how will I dig myself out of this one? And when we see the light of day again? There is nothing left to be desired about hitting rock bottom. There is usually a feeling of depression as well. And when you're depressed, everything you try to do carries so much resistance, especially if it's the first time you've had depression in your lifetime. Everything you do becomes difficult. It takes so much effort, making every moment of your every single day just an absolute nightmare. No one wants to hit rock bottom, but yet it's essential that we all go there from time to time, and that's just the bottom line. There are lessons that you learn while you're at rock bottom, and no one else can teach you these, but they become part of a journey. They become your journey. But what you do when you arrive there is very important to your future. You don't have to remain in the trenches. You always have a choice in how you choose to respond to a rock bottom scenario. You can choose to focus on what you want to change, or you can't. What you're grateful for, and then what you can work towards, or what you won't. The worst thing you can do, though, is just decide to stay down there forever. But don't worry about that, because I don't believe anyone wants to stay in the dark hole forever, do they? Now, life can be dull, it can be tedious, and it can be very repetitive, and many people just settle for that. But what really changes us mentally, emotionally, and physically are the few times that we hit massive, dramatic roadblocks, be it health problems, financial hardships, or the loss of a loved one. Rock bottom varies from person to person. What one person sees as rock bottom might not be as bad to another person, and vice versa. These situations can make us feel dark, hopeless, and stuck, like we've hit rock bottom. But rest assured, it is possible to revive ourselves and come back once more as a brighter and better person. So, how do you begin your comeback from being rock bottom? Feel the pain, and then use it. Pain will make you take action. It's uncomfortable and foreign to our bodies. Most people don't want it in them, and they are moved to act. Pain may just be the motivation that you needed to make the necessary changes in your life. So do not ignore it. Use it. Do not let yourself settle for nothing less than what you deserve. Use your pain to ignite your inner strength and bravery. It's there. It's just hiding right now. You can do anything you want if you want it bad enough. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, take the negative stuff that's weighing you down and turn it into motivation. Use it as your fuel. You can reach out to others. You don't have to be down there alone. If you reach out, that doesn't mean you're dragging others to the bottom with you, but reaching out to them instead. Sometimes the weight of our problems just seem too much to bear alone. So don't hesitate to reach out to the people who love and care about you. If you can find even one person that cares for you and can help you out, it will do wonders for you. Reach out to your close ones and let them help you out. Any push they can give you will help you go along the way. Those people want to see you thriving again, and they care. You can try hitting the reset button. Rock bottom offers you the chance to start all over again without the pressure that comes with the expectations of yourself and of other people. Think of this moment as the perfect time that you can get rid of negative people and start all over again. It's a chance for you to come up with a new vision of your life and find a new network of people to tap into. You can create new beliefs, values, and principles for which you want to base your life on. You can have a new work ethic if you want to. Hitting reset every once in a while is actually good for you, so do it every time you hit rock bottom and build a strong foundation for your future. You can start learning again. I bet when you're at the top, or you thought you were at the top, you assumed you knew it all. And chances are that was one of the reasons that you went down again. Well, welcome to the land where you need some humility in order to leave it. Nothing teaches you that you still have a lot to learn in life than hitting rock bottom. Learn from what went wrong. Learn about who you are as a person. Learn about what you want to do. Learn about the people in your life. Watch their reactions to your fall. Just keep learning. There is also the realization that you have nothing to lose. The realization that you have nothing else to lose should push you to take some action on some, if not all, the ideas that you wanted to bring to life. You are at the lowest of the low. You can't go any further bottom. Rock bottom is as far as it gets, which means the only way is up. Any action you take will either fail or succeed. It really is that simple. When you're failed hard and you're at your last wits, you really don't have much else to lose, and any failure that you experience now will just be a learning experience for you. And any win, well, it will serve its purpose of lifting you off the ground, won't it? Either way, it is now a win-win situation for you. You cannot change past mistakes or regrets. You cannot predict or alter what's going to happen next. You can only make the most of this moment, so make it a good one. Appreciating the good you still have. Maybe what you need, to get out of rock bottomville is some gratitude. This is the best time for you to be grateful what you still do have. That is, if you do still have stuff. Take a look at the people standing next to you during your failures and realise their true priceless value. The small things that you still have are things that you can still be grateful for. your sense of humour that is lifting your spirits, a roof over your head, an education, and maybe you still got some savings. How about the opportunities that are beginning to you right now? It could be much, much worse, and remember, you have so far survived 100% of your worst days. There is always something to be grateful for. You just need to find it. Remember that you are actually 10 times stronger than you think you are. And there are a lot of creative ways that you can get yourself back on top of the mountain. The given ways provided above are just a few of them, which are meant to help you take that one step that will get you closer to achieving that goal. Even if you feel buried beneath life's circumstances and don't see any way out of the hole that you're in, don't worry. The universe will always seek to guide you in a direction that will benefit you most and come out on top. If you are rock bottom at the moment, if maybe you're not quite sure if you are, come over to my calendar, book your slot, ldlcall.com, and let's talk. Let's guide you off the rock bottom and get you back up the ladder. The only way is up, baby. Actually, now I think of it, J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter series. You know her, how could you not, right? Well, she actually said, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. You can do the same. Rebuild and start learning again. Right then, I'm going to wrap this one up, and if you are at bottom, you can begin your comeback right now. Your journey starts now. Please remember, you are not alone. Talk to someone, jump on my calendar, ldlcall.com, we can have a chat, 30 minutes. Yes, 30 minutes dedicated to you, one-to-one. But until next time, take it easy, and I will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
What? It's over already?
All over.
Thank you for listening to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. I hope you feel as warm, motivated, and fuzzy inside as I do. You can connect with Chris at LearnDevelopLive.com or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
I won't say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Until next time, join the motivation. Motivation.